Hey, we're going to continue on in our Father's Word. This is Mark, chapter 12, verse 28. Then one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, "Which is the first commandment of all?" And Jesus answered him, "The first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. And the second like it is this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There are no other commandment greater than these." So the scribe said to him, "Well said, teacher. You have spoken the truth, for there is one God, and there is no other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love one's neighbor as oneself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices." Now when Jesus saw that he had answered wisely, he said to him, "You are not far from the kingdom of God." But after that, no one dared question him. Then Jesus answered and said, while he taught in the temple, "How is it the scribes say that Christ is the son of David? For David himself said by the Holy Spirit, 'The Lord said to my Lord, Sit at my right hand, till I make your enemies your footstool.' Therefore David himself calls him Lord. How is he then his son?" And the common people heard him gladly. Then he said to them in his teaching, "Beware of the scribes who desire to go around in long robes, love greetings in the marketplaces, the best seats in the synagogues, and the best places at feast, who devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayers. These will receive greater condemnation." Now Jesus sat opposite the treasury and saw how the people put money into the treasury. And many who were rich put in much. Then one poor widow came and threw in 2 mites, which makes a quadrans. So he called his disciples to himself and said to them, "Assuredly, I say to you that this poor widow has put in more than all those who have given to the treasury. For they put out all their abundance, but she put in out of her poverty, put in all that she had, her whole livelihood." Now this is Mark 13. Mark 13, Matthew 24, and Luke 21. All 3 Gospels tell us the same thing. The elect, the elite, the doc, the upright, the teachers for 1,000 years along with Jesus in the millennial temple, the saints. They will allow the Holy Spirit to speak through them, and Christ will use his double-edged sword. During 666, and only during 666, can the elect commit the unpardonable, unforgivable sin. Luke 12:10. Blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. So if you don't fulfill your destiny to God, you commit the unpardonable, unforgivable sin. Now listen to it. This is Mark 13. Then he went out of the temple. One of the disciples said to him, "Teacher, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here." And Jesus answered and said to him, "Do you see these great buildings? Not one stone shall be left upon the other that shall not be thrown down." Now as he sat on the Mount of Olives opposite the temple, Peter, James, John, and Andrew asked him privately, "Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign when all these things will be fulfilled?" And Jesus answering them began to say, "Take heed that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and will deceive many. But when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be troubled, for such things must happen. But the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there will be earthquakes in various places, and there will be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. But watch out for yourselves, for they will deliver you up to councils, and you will be beaten in the synagogues. Browbeaten. Jesus, the fake Jesus, Satan, is coming as the fake Jesus, the abomination of desolation. They're in the holy place. They're in Jerusalem, the Mount of Olives, the Temple Mount, the synagogue of Satan, the Dome of the Rock, where God was going to sacrifice Isaac, or where Isaac was going to be sacrificed by Abraham. And Abraham didn't sacrifice Isaac because God supplied the ram in the thicket instead, that great rock, the Dome of the Rock, the synagogue of Satan. You will be brought before rulers and kings for my name's sake, for a testimony to them. And the gospel must first be preached to all nations. But when they arrest you and deliver you up, do not worry beforehand or premeditate what you will speak. But whatever is given you in that hour, speak that. For it is not you who speak, but the Holy Spirit will be doing the speaking. Now brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child, and children will rise up against parents and cause them to be put to death. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. So if you don't bow down to Satan and take his mark, you'll be saved. Otherwise, Satan's going to snap his fingers, lightning will come down from the air, and he'll offer you the world just like he offered Jesus. You'll have up to a 10-day tribulation, like Jesus had a 40-day tribulation in the desert, in the wilderness with Satan. And how did Satan tempt Jesus? He offered him the world. He'd pay your bills. He'll buy you a new house, new car, new boat, new motorcycle, whatever you want. He'll pay all your bills off. That's all Satan wants, is for you to bow down and to worship him. And remember, 666 comes before 777. So the false Jesus, the false Christ, will be coming first. See, so when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where it ought not, let the reader understand. The abomination of desolation, when Satan's going to be in the holy place in Jerusalem, pretending to be God. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not go down into the house, nor enter to take anything out of his house. And let him who is in the field not go back to get his clothes. But woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing babies in those days. And pray that your flight may not be in winter. For in those days there will be tribulation, such as not been seen since the beginning of the creation which God created, until this time, nor ever shall be. The Cactabole, Satan's overthrow. Also in the Bible, it's called the foundation of this world. Now this is Mark 13, verse 20. And unless the Lord had shortened those days from the 7-year tribulation to 42 full moons, all God's prophecy involving Satan or of the moon. Jesus is the Son of God. He is the light of the world. All prophecy involving Jesus, spring, summer, fall, winter, equinox.